The one rule that I would like to see change in cricket would be with regards to the two new balls that are used in ODI cricket. Remember earlier there used to be only one ball that was used in the 50 overs, but because that ball would get out of shape or really get soft, or it was difficult to spot, then that white ball used to be changed towards the end of the inning. A like for like replacement was given, but that rule was changed and two new balls were given that were bowled from either end. So one ball effectively ran the course of only 25 overs. I would like that to change and go back to how it was earlier, where only one ball was used for 50 overs. Because what has happened ever since you started using those two new balls is that the ball has remained firm, which meant that the batsman could even hit bowlers for a lot of boundaries towards the end of the inning, and that took away a lot of charm. So imagine when Sachin Tendulkar was getting those hundreds, after 60, 70 he must have reached, or after the 35th over it got really tough for batting, but now it doesn't because the ball is firm. So I think the batsmen of current generation get a lot of advantage. I love the fact that the ball got old and you got reverse swing in ODI cricket. You barely see reverse swing now in ODI cricket. So for that reason alone, I would like to see the MCC go back to the previous rule where you had just one ball being used for 50 overs. In T20 cricket, sometimes we see the ball being changed, especially when it gets wet. You're seeing later games that are played under the lights in T20 cricket. In IPL, you see the balls being changed because they get wet. I think for that, what you can do is allow that one change of the ball and make it standard. Just like you have a DRS where you have one or two DRS per innings, make that one ball change whenever you want. The captain can decide whether he wants to change it in 5 overs, whether after 15 overs, allow him to change and get a like for like replacement, and that can be then used as a tactic. So with regards to ball and changing of balls, that's that one rule that I would like to see change in cricket.
The one rule that I would want to change is to take that one extra fielder out of the 30-yard circle in ODIs. As it is, the batsmen are scoring runs. You can't bowl bouncers. There are two new balls from either end, which means that the reverse swing is not going to happen. And they brought in one extra fielder in the 30-yard circle, which means that at any given point, you cannot have more than 4 fielders at the boundary line. And that is very unfair on the bowlers. Take that one extra fielder from the 30-yard circle and let him go back.
Well, rules are rules, and games have to be played by rules. But one rule that I would want to see that it changes would be the soft signal. When an umpire who's standing at the non-striker's end, if he's giving a soft signal for a catch that has been taken at, say, third man, so even if he has the slightest of doubts as to whether the catch has been cleanly taken or not, and he's going or referring the same to the third umpire, I think there is no need to give a soft signal. So that rule, I think, needs to be done away with.
One rule that I'd like to be reintroduced is bring back the super sub. We remember that there was a time that there was a super substitute that was allowed in an ODI game. Well, I want it to be reintroduced in limited overs cricket, especially after the end of an innings, so that both the batting and the bowling team have an extra option in the second innings. So that would make the contest a little bit more exciting. We saw in the BBL that they had this thing called the X Factor, but that would come into play only after the first 10 overs. So here, I believe it should be, because after the first 10 overs, you probably don't know what's going to happen in the game, and there's still almost 30 overs remaining in a T20 game. So that would not work. For me, the better idea would be to have those super subs after the end of one innings, and that's probably the rule I want to change.
One rule that I will like to change is that in recent times I've seen many controversial decisions being made once the call is being made to the third umpire. The lack of circumstantial evidence to overturn the on-field umpire's decision. I believe once the third umpire call has been made, he has been asked to intervene. It should be totally his or her call. It will lead to more sanity among the fans, among the fielders, among everyone. One more rule I would like to change is in Test cricket. I think bowlers have been suppressed for too long, and they should be allowed to bowl as many bouncers as they want to, whether it's a white ball or whatever. just bring back that aggressiveness on the field. I guess it will be really good for Test cricket.
One rule that I would like to get changed in cricket is the DRS umpire's call. Remember, whenever a LBW call has been forwarded to the third umpire, and in replay we see the ball is clicking the stumps, it's hitting the bails, but it's given not out due to umpire's call. I would like that to get changed. You know, whenever a ball is hitting the stumps or it's clipping off the bails, it should be given out. No matter it's 1 centimeter this way or 1 centimeter this way. If the ball is hitting the stumps or the bails, it should be given out.